Hello everybody and welcome back to Felsbrunn. So what I need to do first of all today is go and sort out the chickens because they have spilt some grain and it's creating an 11% reduction in productivity, which is not good. So there we go. It's a vast improvement. They have spilt almost 1,000 litres of grain and I have contributed. There we go. Yeah, so the reason why I noticed this is because the egg production had reduced. Is it actually full? I must have filled it up when they still had some spilt on the ground. Yeah, so the egg production had reduced and I wasn't really getting many egg boxes per day. So that wasn't good, and that is the reason why I've had to change things around here. So yeah, I have several boxes here. I think one of these is only partially filled. But since I knocked it and it wasn't going to fill up anymore, it was just pointless leaving it on there. So there we go. I'll just update the straps. And the next job of today is to actually go and sort out the straw over in the middle field. Before we do move on to the straw though, I just wanted to explain. In the previous video, I used this combine harvester with this header, and for some reason I managed to buy the header instead of leasing it. I definitely hovered over lease, but I might have accidentally hit enter without even thinking, which would explain why I purchased it instead. So I'm not going to say it's a glitch, it could have been me. It's just a bizarre situation to be in, but yes, I probably did hover over it and then for some reason, instead of left clicking on it, I just hit enter and it purchased. So I don't know. Anyway, let's take it back over to the farm. We are the proud owners of the Capello corn header, so yep, at least it's something to add to the fleet. As for the straw, I have said before I would like to get a baler. It's kind of out of our price range to get a square baler, but we can definitely afford the round one. So I'm hoping to go for the round baler today, because I would love to get a bale stack produced. I'm yet to actually produce a bale stack, amazingly. So yes, the time has come for me to try and stack some round bales. I think the best thing to do is just to reverse it into here. It doesn't really need a wash, so I'll just park it up. There we go. Before I buy the baler, I need to bring the trailer back to the yard, so if I can just find a good place to put this, then that'll be that sorted. Now I have browsed the mod sites again this morning, just to make sure there's no really decent baler mods out there for 19, and currently there are none, I don't think. Absolutely no baler mods, except for reskins. So yeah, gonna have to just wait until some of those come along. So I'm gonna use the in-game ones. It's the only option, but they are pretty good anyway. They're decent mods. It's just they are very similar to those in 17, but they're still good. I say decent mods. No, they're decent models. they're actually standard in 19, whereas the Kuhn baler and stuff is actually a DLC in 17. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the price is £49,000. So if I just go and hand over the money, it is. You see, I'd like to go for a square baler really, but I just can't afford them. So we're going to have to go for the roll belt 150. Wheel setup, standard wide. Standard will do. I don't think there's going to be much of a benefit here. And we're left with £36,000. I wonder how the horses are doing, because they're going to bring in a large amount of income fairly soon. I'm intrigued to find out because it's going to be, once again, a few £100,000. Sheep, horses, here we go. So the new ones are worth 12,000, the young ones I should say, and the old ones are worth 47. So tomorrow, it's going to be time to sell. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them. Very good. That's another £200,000. And I have done my thinking, and it's going to have to come down to a vote, because I would like to either get a Massey Ferguson big tractor or a John Deere, and I just can't really decide. If it's a Massey Ferguson, I'm going for either a 7700 series or an 8700 series, and if it's an 8700 series, I prefer it to be the largest Massey Ferguson in production, which is the 8737. But if it was John Deere, I would prefer something a bit smaller, just because of the price. It is quite expensive. In fact, I'll do a comparison. So disregarding the 8RT, if we just go to the largest wheel tractor, we do have the 8400R, and this one with standard wheels is £379,000 with a 450 horsepower engine. What I would class as the equivalent, 400 horsepower, but it's the biggest tractor they make, it's 300. So that is obviously cheaper. However, actually, now I've looked at this, I should probably look at the 400 horsepower John Deere and see how close to 300,000 that is. Right, so the closest is 394, so less horsepower by 6, and it is 351,000. So, yeah, it would have to be a smaller tractor. I'm not going over 300,000. We have to make the money first anyway. Like I said though, I might go for a 7700 series, the biggest being a 7726. Yeah, that is still 280 horsepower, but then again, I would prefer to go something even bigger, just because I know the farm is going to expand fairly quickly from now on. It's actually really picking up the pace because of the horses. The horses are so good. And the chickens, the eggs are doing very well. In fact, I think we have some wool from the sheep. That should be ready to sell soon as well. But if I can do, I prefer to wait until a great demand. Right, here we go. Let's see how this tractor performs with the baler. It shouldn't be an issue. It's a fairly powerful tractor at 125 horsepower, and the baler, I think, takes 70. So that is a big tractor really for the job. Well, it's just the right tractor really. Okay, I need to just perfect my timing. There we go. And hopefully the bells don't roll away. So I'll do a bit of real time here, a bit more time lapse, and go from there. To pick these bells up, I think the best option is going to be the Stewart trailer and also the case tractor with the front loader. I do want to get a telehandler at some point as well, but I'd prefer to wait for a mod. Yeah, mods are very good. The in-game telehandlers are decent, but yeah, obviously it's not a wide range of different brands. I think we have, is it 2? Yeah, 2. We have Manitou and Massey Ferguson, both of which are very good, but I would like something like a JCB. Well, I've almost finished, and as you can see I have quite a few bells here. I've also missed a few pieces. I think the reason for this is because the swath is the same width as the pickup, which in theory is okay, because obviously if I keep it aligned it's going to be picking it all up. But if I go just slightly off course, it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be missing it. This is the Lexion though, not the small combine of ours. Maybe the amount of straw we've got off it because of the Lexion is too much for the baler. I don't see why though. Yeah, I'm not going to blame the Lexion for it. Besides, it does fit. The swath is the right width, it's just I can't drive. So yeah, that will do. Right, let's go over to the farm. I need to turn this thing off, and as for picking them up, I don't know. There's a lot of bells here. In fact, how many do we have? Somewhere we have statistics. Created bales 35. Right, so 35 on the trailer with the pallet fork or all the bale spike is going to be quite a slow job. I wonder how much the auto stacker is. That's a mod. I'll have to take a look. But it is very nice to now have a baler. I'm very pleased to have it. I don't think we can unload it. No, because it is about 75% full. It will just have to stay in there until the next time you use it. Okay, there we go. So, auto stackers. It's an expense which we could probably do without, but because we have quite a bit of money coming in tomorrow anyway, yeah, it might be worth the investment. I'm just taking a look at it on ModHub, and it looks like it is 39,000 euros, which we don't have, which is kind of annoying. But if we sell something, we will have that. So, yeah, what should we sell? We have some eggs. I also have 2 pallets of wool, 2 totally full pallets. So that's pretty good, providing the price is okay. If the price is bad, I'm not going to sell them. 1902. I have no idea if that's good or bad. If it was FS17, that would be a terrible price. So yeah. As for the eggs, they're always at a good price. The train station mill, 6744. So I could just go and sell them. Might be worth it. I can indeed put this into the gator. So if I put the last box onto there, whoops. Sorry, the last broken box onto here. Stack it neatly. Oops. 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 Oh no. There we go. That was probably highly annoying. The box you've just seen appear there is actually empty, but it does appear anyway. So, yeah, the gator is over here. I could take them on the forklift, but it wouldn't be a very good idea. It is slow and probably not road legal. However, the pallet is the wrong way round, so I'm going to have to put it in the other way. In theory, this is a very good way of transporting, but if I can't get the pallet into the back of it, it's going to be impossible. It definitely fits in the Mahindra modified version. Ah, so close. Come on, let go. This doesn't seem to be a collision on the pallet. There we go. Oh, nice. Wow, did that fit perfectly? Well, it did. Slight bit of overhang, but nothing is going to cause an issue. Off we go. To the train station mill, which I think is over here. It is, yeah. So we essentially need to make about £3,000. I don't know if it's going to be enough. We'll have to wait and see. In one of my upcoming live streams, we're going to get a worker to basically re-drill the field just here, the sunflower field. We've done enough of that in these videos, so I don't want to keep repeating myself, doing the same thing over and over, even though it does need to be drilled, otherwise we're going to have no income. And then I think I want to expand the farm in other ways as well in future live streams. It might involve doing contracts and stuff, but anything just to be able to boost the bank account. The train station mill, here we are. So this could be an absolute disaster, or it could be a good price. I really do hate the way it zooms in. We need a no collision camera mod. Many people have sent me a link for one, but I don't think it's like an official one released by the original author. It might be, but I don't think it is. Okay. So we also can't tip because we don't own the land, so I have to just shuffle forward and backwards. Hopefully it's going to eventually pop out of here. Unsold. That was £1,000 from one box. That is a good sign. I've just realised I actually do have strength. I can pull it out of there. Take the straps off and it should sell. Nice. £41,000. So we do have enough for the auto stacker, which I think is going to be a great addition. It's not going to leave us with much money, but even so, it's going to be such a helpful tool to have. And really, my stacking is atrocious, so you probably don't even want to see it. The pallet can go back over here for the future, and yeah, that needs to be sorted out. What a mess. Great demands over at the train station mill. Please don't tell me that is for chicken's eggs. If it is, I might scream. No, it's not. It was still a very good price anyway, so that's alright. Train station mill, it was for the potatoes. Great demand is 457. It doesn't sound good, but the amount of potatoes you actually get off a field is quite impressive. So if you have the machinery, potatoes are a good thing to do. So is sugar beet. But again, you have to have the machinery in the first place. Just put that in there, make it a bit neater. And yes, we need to go over to the store, to pick up the brand new auto stacker. If only there was used equipment. It probably wouldn't be much cheaper, but it would be something. It would be a saving. Because when we sell something, obviously it's used, but we don't have the advantage of being able to buy from other farmers who have sold their machinery. Okay, yeah, so we're going to be left with about £2,000, roughly. There we go. And it can carry 8 bales at a time, so it is still going to be a number of loads. It's going to be fairly slow, even with the Ursus. And the best thing to do here is to stack some of them in the yard for our future supply, and then when I feel that we've got enough in storage, I'm going to sell the rest. I could have probably just baled half the field and then used the loading wagon for the rest of them, but that would have been not as interesting because I've done that quite a bit. So here we go. The loading process can start. First few loads definitely going into the yard. I'm not quite sure where to put them. I'm going to hop straight over. I'm picking these up the wrong way round as well. Yeah, that's good. It's working well. Final 3. Yeah, so I have decided to take them all to the yard because I think really the best thing to do, as we have now produced the bales, is to keep them in storage for the horses, but also for a great demand. If a great demand comes in, then I can just load them up again and sell them for the best price possible. Okay, so there we go. It's all 3. I don't think there's any more. They did roll quite a long way. So, yeah, there we go. I'll start them up in the shed and we'll call it a day. Now, in case you're wondering why I've been putting them this way round, because you might think it's easier just to reverse in from the other side, well, basically, I didn't want to come out too far because I would like to still store some implements in front of these bales, still under cover. So that's why I've done it this way. Obviously, the height of the building has been a restriction, but I've just used the bucket to push it back. Probably not a realistic thing to do, but it does work quite well. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing for all the future bales, actually. Just keep them all at the back of the sheds so I can still use each bay for storing some machines. So I'll just push these back, maximise space, make sure it's completely under cover. It's probably a little bit too hard of a push, but there we go. Good. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I think the game has been a bit stuttery today. I'm not too sure why, but yeah, probably just an application I've got running in the background. Or it could be a mod. No idea. But yeah, until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.